Let's be honest. Most people buy an SUV thinking they've just secured peace of mind, comfort, and reliability. But what really happens? A few years down the road, the repair bills start stacking up. A sensor goes bad here, a transmission slips there, and before you know it, that dream SUV feels more like a financial nightmare. And here's the brutal truth: car companies count on this. They know you'll fall for the fancy features, the big screens, and the leather seats. But they also know you'll be paying them again and again in the repair shop. Now imagine this. What if you could pick an SUV that doesn't play that game? An SUV that has already proven over millions of miles that it just doesn't break the way others do. Think about how much mental stress you'd erase if you didn't have to worry every time you heard a weird noise or every time a check engine light flickered on. Think about how much money you'd actually save, not just in repairs, but in lost time, in towing fees, in dealership service charges that feel like robbery with a smile. And here's where the manipulation really hits you, because right now, you probably believe that all SUVs eventually break and that repairs are just part of owning a car. That's the lie that keeps the auto industry fat and rich, while families like yours keep bleeding cash. But the truth? A handful of SUVs have built a legendary reputation for being practically indestructible. These are the models mechanics themselves quietly recommend to their own families because they know they'll spend less time under a hood and more time on the road. So ask yourself, do you want to keep feeding the cycle of breakdowns, repairs, and constant stress? Or do you want to finally own a vehicle you can trust for years without worry? Because in this video, I'm going to expose the 7 SUVs that are so reliable, you might just forget what a repair shop even looks like. And once you see this list, you'll never look at SUVs the same way again. 1. Toyota 4Runner. If there's one SUV that mechanics almost never see in their shop unless it's for an oil change, it's the Toyota 4Runner. Built on a rugged body on frame design, it's more truck than car, and that's exactly why it lasts. People run these past 300,000 miles with nothing more than routine maintenance. Toyota didn't design this to be flashy. They designed it to survive abuse, whether that's city driving, mountains, or off-road trails. If you want an SUV that outlives your patience, this is the one. 2. Honda CR-V. Here's the trap. Most compact SUVs today are loaded with complicated electronics and turbochargers that fail after a few years. But the Honda CR-V is like the quiet kid in class who always gets straight A's. It just works. For decades, this SUV has delivered bulletproof reliability, affordable parts, and a track record of never leaving its owners stranded. The CR-V doesn't beg for attention, it earns trust. And trust me, once you own one, you'll realize why families keep passing them down like heirlooms. 3. Toyota Highlander. Now, here's where comfort meets unshakable reliability. The Toyota Highlander blends practicality with a powertrain that refuses to quit. Many owners drive theirs past 250,000 miles without ever touching the engine or transmission. And the trick? Toyota doesn't over-engineer it. They keep it simple, keep it solid, and that's why it stays alive while other SUVs choke on repairs. If you want something spacious enough for the family, but tough enough for decades, this is your golden ticket. Number 4. Lexus RX. This one might shock you, because luxury usually means expensive repairs. But the Lexus RX flips that script. Why? Because under the badge and leather seats, it's basically a Toyota in disguise. That means world-class reliability wrapped in luxury comfort. People who buy these often never switch brands again because it spoils them. It's a luxury SUV that doesn't bleed your wallet dry. Mechanics hate it because it robs them of business. That should tell you everything. 5. Toyota RAV4. The RAV4 isn't just reliable, it's unstoppable in sales because people have figured out the secret. It rarely breaks. Year after year, the RAV4 ranks at the very top for reliability, and owners brag about crossing insane mileage numbers with nothing more than brakes, tires, and oil. It's proof that when a company builds something right the first time, they don't need to redesign it every year. And that's why people keep buying them in record numbers. It's the SUV you buy once and keep forever. 6. Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot is one of the most underrated, reliable SUVs ever built. While other three-row SUVs burn through transmissions and electronics, the Pilot just keeps rolling. Families love it because it's roomy, but the hidden secret is how many mechanics will tell you it's the least likely to cause a financial disaster.
This is one of those SUVs you can confidently buy used, knowing it'll still serve you well for another decade. That's how tough it is. 7. Toyota Land Cruiser. And now the king of kings. The Toyota Land Cruiser is not just reliable, it's legendary. Around the world, in deserts, jungles, and war zones, the Land Cruiser is the vehicle of choice because it simply does not die. Owners pass these down to their kids like family property because they can easily hit 500,000 miles with proper care. It's expensive up front, but here's the brainwashing truth. Once you buy one, you may never need to buy another SUV in your lifetime. That's how indestructible it is. And there you have it, 7 SUVs so reliable, they practically spit in the face of repair shops. Now, let me ask you something. Why on earth would anyone willingly keep buying SUVs that turn into money pits when vehicles like these exist? It's almost like people enjoy wasting cash on breakdowns and repairs. But you're smarter than that. You've just been handed the list that mechanics don't want you to know, because every time you buy one of these, they lose a customer. But here's the fun part I want to hear from you. Which SUV do you trust the most? Do you own one of these legendary machines? And if so, how many miles have you racked up without a single major repair? Or maybe you've got a horror story about a so-called reliable SUV that drained your wallet dry. Go ahead, brag about your mileage, expose the lemons, and let's see whose SUV lasts the longest. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just a list, it's a movement. A movement against overpriced repairs, against dealer scams, and against SUVs that are designed to fail. So drop your comment below, because your story might just convince someone else to finally escape the repair shop trap forever. And hey, if you made it this far, you're already smarter than 90% of car buyers.